357. Hello, everybody. Boy, you're just getting a load of videos today out of me. Today is still day 357. I did the video earlier about the swimsuit, and I had given myself a goal of losing weight and breaking 300 pounds with the understanding that once I broke 300 pounds, I could treat myself to getting my nails done. And so, if you didn't see them a second or two ago, I got my nails done professionally, quote unquote. They're a little bit longer than I would prefer. However, I don't have anything to compare them to because I've never had my nails done. So I don't know what's too long. I don't know, I've had them for less than an hour. So I don't know what is too long, what is too short. I just kind of just nodded my head, and I knew I didn't want like the dragon lady, cocaine thing. But I've always wanted kind of longer nails, and I'm 6'1", and I have big hands, and I don't know. Who knows? It's a trial and error. But I thought I would share my experience, as this is my first time getting it. And I just, life is just so interesting. I went in, and it took me a minute because the three folks that were there, I believe they're all of Vietnamese descent and a very thick accent. And I'm not trying to make fun of them. I listened and understood, and I really am I like when people learn more than one language. They really have to be very intelligent to learn more than one language and speak more than one language. And so these folks, definitely kudos to them. Please, I'm not trying to make fun of them, but very, very thick. And one of them, the prepper, when you go there, they prep your nails. He didn't speak any English, so he was just kind of like pointing and. But if you've never had this done before, and I did not up until an hour ago, they begin by taking your fingernail and they clean it, and then they take out what looks like a Dremel, and they just Dremel around your nail, around, I guess, where the cuticles are, and then they go across the surface of it, and they really kind of like rough it up, which I guess is to help with the adhesion of the glue. If you're ever a carpenter and you know what that's like, you rough it up the wood a little bit, scuff it up so the glue gets in there. So the prepper did that, and boy, it was like being at the dentist. Like where they like dig into your gum, and like for like a nanosecond, you're like, ah! And the guy like did it a couple times, and so my fingers like started to hurt. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I did, 8 laser sessions, years of electrolysis, I can handle this. And so then he takes out a tackle box that has nails of different sizes, and just starts measuring my cuticles in matches, and then takes out a little bit of super glue and just glues the nail. And of course, it looks like, it's this big old piece of plastic, like 2 or 3 inches long. So I had dragon lady nails to begin with. And he asked me, or he grunted, length. And, again, I had no idea what I wanted. So he kind of was like, good. And I was like, that's fine. And so he trimmed them up, and we balanced them out to try and make sure they were all the same length. And so then I got taken to the next station, which was kind of neat. And this was the person who filed them down and took out again the Dremel and just Dremeled it down, and then kind of ground into where the fake nail, I guess, had it glued on. And then he took what looked like, I guess it was the acrylic powder in a powder form, and then something else, which I'm pretty sure was the chemical that smelled really, really bad, and melted the acrylic. And it was really neat to watch. Basically, like pouring salt, and he dipped his brush first in the liquid, and then he scooped a little bit of salt on the nail, and then he slowly like shaped it with the paintbrush. Like if this was it. He would slowly work his way towards, and he would do the sides. And it was hard, so, you have the fake nail, and then now you have this acrylic joining it, and it's one solid piece. And I was amazed at how it reminded me of seashells, on the bottom side of seashells, that really just pop, like mother of pearly type, pink. And then he painted them, and he buffed them, and he buffed them, and then he painted them and whatnot. But that was my experience. Now, in the middle of that, they put primer down for the acrylic, and it hurts. All of those areas that had been scuffed and marked and rubbed and like being at the dentist, that had that primer in it, and oh golly, it hurt. And then a step or two later, I think he cleaned it up with a little bit of acetone, and that also burned worse than lemon juice. And that was my experience, and I thanked them all. I said it was very nice to meet them, and probably I'll come back in the future, and we just kind of have to wait and see. Like I said, I've never had professional nails done. I have bought in the past the little, Lee press-on nails, and what you get in the supermarket, and they're a little bit thinner. Whereas these are like poker chips. Looks like I have a helmet, doesn't it, on my thumb? Like I said, they're a little bit too long. But what the hell do I know, right? It's not like they're gonna grow. Get longer. Now, for my mom said, you need to do it like every 3 weeks, and I don't necessarily think I'm going to do it every time. Really, it was incentive, because every day when I went walking, I was like, I'm going to go get my nails done. I've never gotten my nails done. I've never had that experience. I did not get the pedicure, so I guess that is another experience, and they kept on trying to sell me on the pedicure. Wait, did I say that right? The manicure I didn't get. The pedicure they were trying to sell me on. And it was really kind of weird. It was just me and the three folks, and they had like 20 chairs, which I guess is the pedicure table or what. I don't know. I guess that's the like extreme feeling thing. So anyway, what's it like afterwards? Well, most of my nails hurt. I think just from the scraping, and of course the dremeling, and the little, like I said, like at the dentist, they use the little hook and they get in your gum. That's what it feels like, but it's in my here. And so my guess is that probably tomorrow, give, the neurons have been disturbed, and so give them time and they'll come back. And it was like I had to go to the grocery store afterwards on my way home, and to navigate to get your stuff back in your purse, and then look for your keys, and you're like, I don't know how to get this out. While I was at the grocery store, I had to go to the bathroom, so I went to the woman's room, and luckily I was by myself, and it was like the weirdest feeling, because everything I did hurt. Up, down, wipe, clean, whatever. I was like, and then when I got to the checkout, I'm not used to using the pads of my fingers. I'm used to using the tips. So I'm sitting there going, what am I going to do? And after like the second time I've entered my pin wrong, I realized I could take the pen that was on the cord and use the pen, like a pencil, to push the digits in like on a phone. So that was kind of an interesting experience. Yeah. And then just a minute ago, logging on the computer here to use the keyboard is definitely a little bit different. I gotta get used to using the fatty pads. So anyway, that's my nail experience. Um, so that's kind of positive, and I'm very very happy. And on the back end of this, and I realize I only have a couple minutes left. My birthday is tomorrow. I will be 45 years old tomorrow, and I am like probably within a week now of, well, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, almost a week away from my 1 year anniversary. And so, there's been a lot of positive, and I'm very, very happy and whatnot. I got my birthday card today um, from my folks, and it was addressed to my dead name. And the card said, something about being a son and what a great son you are. And, it's bittersweet. It's nice to be remembered. And it's definitely better to be in someone's life than not be in their life. But, it's how I will always be much like I will always be my daughter's father. Nothing is going to change that. And I love her dearly. But don't people realize how much, what would it have taken to just reach over and grab a card that said to my daughter, or to just a generic card? Why do you have to pick the one that's got the manly son stuff on it? Now, again, is it bad taste of me to think of that? You know what I mean? And then to use my dead name on it. I'm almost 45 years old. I mean, I don't expect any sort of acceptance. And it explains a lot. I mean, they don't come see me. They're not interested in me at all. But they do send me a birthday card, so okay. But we, to be polite in our society, we say yes sir, or yes ma'am, or thank you, or please. And if someone says, you meet somebody and their name is Jonathan Steele, and he says, hello, I'm Jonathan, please call me Joe, or Nathan, or Fred. It doesn't matter, but they ask you to call them something, and we do it because we're polite. And it's just kind of like, not, I don't take it like a dagger in the back, or slip that dagger in and get a little bit of but again, today I've been many places today and talked to many different people, from my daughter's school to a place downtown and at the nail salon, and everywhere I went it was ma'am, miss, you have a good day, and then to come home and my parent, it makes you go, if you love me, maybe it's a two-way street, but you want to say, if you love me, do you love me for me, or do you love me for the perception you have of me? I don't know, and maybe that's a video for another time. But I at the same time, as I am my daughter's father, I am my father's son, and I don't know. Like I said, just how hard would it have been to just grab something nondescript I'd love a flower. Obviously, I'm into flowers, but anyway, that's all I got. Good luck, and that's my experience at the nail salon. Bye. Till next time.